Hi Maisie, I'm going to show you how to do the single crochet and then I'll add double crochet. As a reminder, we're doing a slip knot. Go like this with the yarn on this side, around, hold my thumb over it, push it through this loop, and then pull that up. Put my crochet hook in here and then pull the yarn. Don't make it too tight. You take the yarn, put it over these 3 fingers, hold on right down here with this pinky, grab the yarn, and then these 2 fingers, so the pointer finger is holding onto the yarn, and these 2 fingers grab onto the tail, and then you reach underneath, grab the yarn and pull it through. Reach underneath, grab the yarn and pull it through. Reach underneath, grab the yarn. You'll notice that I'm leaving the tension tight enough so that I can just pull it a little bit like this. So I'm just going to do a few of these so that I can show you how to do the single crochet. Remember I told you to keep practicing until you get your tension just right. You want to make sure that your loops are loose enough that you can see a hole right in there. Holding it the same way I told you, with your fingers like this. For a single crochet, you're just going to go into the loop. But when you're starting from a chain, you don't get that first one where the yarn is going back and forth, because then you would just be making another loop on this crochet hook. You're going to have to go to this second hole. If you were doing a double, you would actually go to the third hole because it's 2 singles. You just go through that first hole. See how it comes out the other side? Grab the yarn, pull it back through, and now you'll see there's 2 on the hook. Grab the yarn again, and you pull it through. Go to the next hole. It's going to be loose like that. You sometimes might make a mistake and go through that hole again, which just means you're increasing. But for this, we're going to go to the next hole, reach through, grab. The cats are having a fight in the background. And go through like that. Let's try it again. Take your hook, go through the next chain, grab the yarn, pull it back through, twist it around, pull it through. Now I'm going to show you a couple of things. Remember I told you that it's important that you grab the yarn with this hook, with the little hook part. When you go through that hole and push out the other side, you reach up and you grab the hook and you twist it a little bit. So when you're twisting it, you're making it come through the bottom of that V. And so the little hook comes through, so it stays on easier. Then you can use this finger to push it down. You grab it again, you twist it, and then you make that V part here. This part will go through that hook. Glue them both. Keep practicing. Push it through, grab the yarn, grab around, twist, and pull it through. If you need to, did you see what I did there? When you push it through, you can use these 2 fingers, the ones that hold the tail, also to hold this part steady. You can actually open up that bottom hole a little bit. The first row is always the hardest. It's going to take you some practice. But I'll go through and do the rest of the row, and then I'm going to show you what to do when you get to the end of the row. I'll probably speed this up on the video so that you don't have to watch me do it, but you can also slow it down. When you get to the end, again, remember I said that the first row is the hardest. I'm holding on to it. I'm now at the last stitch. The last stitch is where we had the knot. I'm going to push it right through there, grab the yarn, pull it through, double, pull it through. Now, we're going to chain 1, just like you did that whole chain. You chain 1, and then you turn it. And it looks a little bit different from this side, but you still, I think I showed you how to do this, but it was getting dark. You want to make sure that you go through both. This hole where you go through, see how there's 2 there? You're going to take the crochet hook and go through the whole hole all the way through, and then you're going to grab the yarn and do the same thing on the way back. You're going to go through that hole, grab the yarn, and there's the same twisting motion. You go through that hole, grab the yarn, pull it through, that hole, grab the yarn, pull it through, go through the hole. Whoops, see how sometimes I told you that the yarn splits? If you want, you can take it all the way out, or you can just try to put it through the whole thing. Some yarn is made of a whole mess of strands of string together. Wool usually isn't. Wool is usually just the sheep's wool. I don't know if you've seen a video, but they take the wool and they make it really skinny, and then they make it into balls of yarn. I think they twist it together. My friend's mom actually does it out of cotton that grows on trees, and she spins it into yarn. All right, now I'm at the end again, and we're going to go slow, pull it through. And the end stitch is always a little bit weird because it's that first one you did. You remember I said you want to go through 2. You're going to find both of them. You see I'm going through, here's 1 and 2. Push it through, and I have 2. And then you're going to do that. Chain 1 again and twist it around. And then there's a hole there at the bottom, and you can go in, grab, and pull. I'm going to do a couple of double crochets in case you get this down, because I have a feeling that you will because you got the other stuff so quickly. For double crochet, put the yarn around the hook first, go through the hole, grab it on the other side, just like for the single crochet. But here's the second part that's different. Grab the yarn and only pull it through 2 of those on the hook. Now you have 2 again, pull it through 2. Yarn around first, through the hole, grab the yarn, grab it through 2, and grab it through 2. Okay, bye. Hope you enjoy this video.